Couples therapy, it's where everyone should be, especially when you're 2 months into a relationship. That's what they all say. That's what the experts have to say. I've polled them all and they all agree that couples therapy is for you and me, especially when you're very early on. Okay, I'm guilty of this. Hello, everyone. Me and Taro here. Taro's here, singing along. Hit it, girl. That's her solo. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to be talking about Heidi Powell, the world famous influencer slash fitness expert slash recipe maker. The one and only Heidi Powell, who we've discussed on the show a couple times. I don't know much about her. I'm going to learn as we go about this lady. She seems very well adjusted. No history between us whatsoever. And her new boyfriend, who is a influencer in the making, Ryan, who is now, I guess, the official co-host of the Heidi Lane podcast. He just sort of showed up one day and never left. And now they are in couples therapy. Now, I think based on the fake timeline that they gave us the last time we discussed them, it turns out they've known each other for about a year or a year and a half ultimately. And so let's just dive right in to see who these people are, in case you're like, who the hell? This is Heidi Powell. You love her. You need her. She will always be there on Instagram for us. She was on extreme weight loss. Okay, and now she also is an expert in hormones, supplements, plus things that go down, that make your life go in this direction. That's what she's an expert in. And she posted this of them. This is her boyfriend, Ryan, okay, tagged and everything. His new influencer Instagram is You Do You, Boo Boo Honey. And it's open. It is a public account, so I'm gonna follow. And he's got Heidi tagged in the bio, so you know this is a healthy relationship. His bio is surfs up, hearts, and love you so much, rooting for you. So he's really in the metaverse. He is now officially a citizen of Hollisville. Congratulations. You do you. Okay, so he's got some images and some, wigs and things, but most of his content seems to be revolving around, guess who? Heidi Powell. Okay, anyways, let's go back to Heidi. So she posted this 19 hours ago. So this is like hot piping tea. And also, sorry if you hear some sounds in the background. That is my air conditioning. It's a new invention I got up in here in my apartment, and it's great. It's keeping me cool, and it's keeping me rested. And also, I found these amazing sponges. Okay, it's got a hard, coarse back and a fluffy front that you can buy on Amazon. And you can celebrate tarot all day, every day while you wash your dishes. Okay, so this is talking about tell me your fave concert. Okay, but there was a little hidden Easter egg in this for us, specifically for us, this channel, the Keys World community. There was a little secret Easter egg for us. And it says, rewinding time tonight to Ryan's and my first and only so far concert together. Yes, the mysterious shoes posted last year were indeed his. And the rest is history. Okay, so she's revealing to us in perfect time, specifically for the Wednesday stream, because she does not know my schedule, but she probably does actually, to follow the timeline of how long they've been together and how quickly they are in couples therapy. So we can only guess when the Morgan Wallen concert was at some point. And of course, she's got her one favorite child on her phone as the screensaver. That's not weird at all. It says fave ever, probs Taylor Swift eras, IBH. I don't know what IBH is, but I betcha. That's my favorite. But Morgan Wallen with my guy plus my girls is up there for sure. couple more of us coming up in July. Tell me what we need to add to our next year's concert bucket list. And then she comments on her own thing, probably pretending that she was on her burner account. Or maybe not. I guess because she says her name. Zach Bryan was so good. Mars and I went to that a couple years back. Okay. So if you remember, I don't remember this post of the mysterious shoes that she was showing how much smaller her little tiny feet are in this big man's shoes. Because if you felt like she was hanging out with her friend, like a girlfriend, she needs you to know that that's not what's happening. She's in men's footwear for a reason. She's got a boyfriend, but she was being coy about it at the moment. So what month was that? The Morgan Wallen concert. Let's search it. Morgan Wallen concert. I'm assuming it was in Arizona, 2025. Looks like that was July 18th. So about 1 year ago, they were already together, but they were secretly together. Okay, so that's the timeline that we're working on. So they were together before July. And I remember they went through their whole timeline about he got divorced or was separated, then went to Costa Rica, then had a date with someone else, and then she was upset that he had a date and they met and they were in love in 2 weeks. I think they said August, so I guess that was a lie. I'm shocked. I'm utterly shocked. Anyways.
Bitch.
That's what she's saying to me virtually. Okay. So that's really all that's going on. And if you didn't know it, that's her dad. She's got a case of the dad. Dad looks like my boyfriend. Who hasn't been there, you know? Who doesn't date someone that resembles their father exactly in all ways? I mean, there's nothing to be concerned about here. There's nothing to dig deeper into. There's nothing to look at, you guys. This is a open and closed case. She's totally fine, and she's done ketamine. She doesn't need anyone else's criticism about this or analysis, okay? I'm sure there's nothing more to look into here. Anyways, so that's what Heidi's been up to. But also, she's been posting a little bit online. She's got new workouts, but I think these are pretty old. So she's posting old workouts, and thank God for it, because the views are just skyrocketing. Okay, I'm being mean, sorry. But this is the one we're going to watch, actually. It's called We're in Couples Therapy with a monkey over eyes emoji. Thanks. This is episode 91. We're in couples therapy, healing old patterns and building a healthier relationship. Me plus Ryan. Okay. I was going to say this in the beginning, though. I am guilty of this. With my ex-fiance, we went to couples therapy. God, how long were we dating, babe? I say into the ether. A haunting memory. We went to couples therapy, gosh. I think we went 3 separate times, okay, to 3 separate couples therapists. And the first time we went, I think we'd only had been dating definitely like a year or less. And probably even more or less than that. But we did do that. And we didn't put it on YouTube, though, unfortunately. So I guess it doesn't count. But, you know, we're all guilty of doing couples therapy early on in the relationship. Right? It's not just me, right? Everyone else in the chat agrees, right?
Take off your glasses and go drive a vehicle.
Bold-faced lie.
I think, honestly, I was not in individual therapy at that time, and maybe it was my psychological way of getting myself into therapy, but I was too afraid to admit that I needed like my own help, and it was a little easier to think the coupleship, the relationship needs therapization, not me. But then, you know, it was a gateway to get myself in the door to go to therapy. Anyways. Wayne, thank you so much. Wayne says, Kayla, you're too young for couples therapy. End the relationship if you ever feel the need again. I'm a mature woman. Okay. I'm a 35. People at 35, they've been married twice. So age-wise, I feel like I should have been in more couples therapy, to be honest. I would have went with them all. All my boyfriends, I would have went. I love therapy, but I know that it's not healthy for me in every relationship. But I would. And I think for men sometimes, and this is obviously a stereotype that I'm projecting onto all men, but I think sometimes it's easier for them to open up with a third party and someone that's not you about their issues and their thoughts. And so I've learned a lot. I've only gone with one person, my ex-fiance, to couples therapy. But again, I would have gone with others. Anyways, I don't know what that shows about me.
Bitch.
True. Okay. So let's do it. They're healing old patterns. They've probably, I'm assuming, figured it all out. I'm sure they have nothing to work on further. They've done the work, I'm gonna guess. And this has 584 views, so gone viral basically in the Hollisville world. And it says, "Yup, we're doing it." In 2021, I sat across the table from Lewis Howes and his beautiful wife Maria, listening to them gush over their then new relationship and how from day one therapy was a non-negotiable. Both individually and as a couple, they committed to working on themselves to give such a special union the best chance possible. I don't know this for a fact, but I recall Lewis Howes having a cheating scandal with a Mexican reporter, weather person. Am I hallucinating that or something? Maybe that's why the new girlfriend said, okay, if we're going to get together after you left your other girlfriend for me, maybe we should be in therapy. And hey, respect. Okay. I've never forgotten that. Fast forward to 1 year ago when I met Ryan. I immediately knew he was special. Our connection was special. And more than anything, it is a thing worth protecting and growing. Okay, so they met a year ago, allegedly. So we're at the 1 year mark and now we're in couples therapy. Okay, got it.
Screenshot this glow up motherfucker.
That's what she's going to say. Here we go.
Hey there, I am Heidi Powell, and you have made it to Heidi's Lane. I am a mom of 4 beautiful kids.
Okay. We still got Dave in the opener, in case you were wondering. Okay, here we go.
So this is today's podcast.
Well, let's just say why
Baby
we're
girl.
recording right now, because of
My hair
someone's
looks good.
Yep. Was today the ideal time to record a podcast? Clearly not. I'm driving.
Well, okay.
I'm in Heidi's Lane.
Wait, you are. This was kind of the idea of the thing. We should get some mic stands, though, for our
Can you imagine driving down the road? They're just clipped right here.
There is such a thing called a lavalier mic, and you could put it and clip it on you, or like a Rode. That's very common now. They don't need these performative microphones, and it sounds like his is not even on, as it shouldn't be, as he's driving down the street. I think this is an illegal activity, actually. And I didn't lie. I was telling you, I was being serious when I said they're actually driving the car while doing this hour-long podcast. Anyways, here we go.
You're driving down the road just speaking in a mic. Most douchey thing. If I saw that, I'd be like,
But
brother.
you are holding a mic right now.
Yeah, this is where I can lower it if someone looks at me.
She's holding him. He's holding a microphone. It's a match made in heaven. Ugh.
Actually, this is
no. Let's talk
And
real.
isn't this Dave's car? The Tesla? Didn't Dave buy this car to be in Arizona? So how ironic. And how fleeting life is that you buy a car, then you're dead, then your girlfriend's with another guy recording the same podcast without you. And, that's why we all need to cherish life every day. Okay.
This is insane.
Babe, this is so fun.
This
Are
is
you kidding me?
I'm having so much fun.
Are you lying?
I'm driving.
Okay. But you didn't answer my question. Are you lying? I know you're driving. Okay.
This is sounding so healthy.
The reality is has it not been so busy? I'm having a really hard time with the load that I have right now.
Yeah.
What? What load you got, girl?
I'm dry. Take my load.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
I do. There's so much going on.
It's been a lot.
I cannot find an hour to record a podcast, and I'm only doing these every other week.
That's
But I mean,
crazy.
I have so many good topics. I have this sex therapist that I want to bring on so bad. Shauna.
Sex therapist. Hey, they're doing it. Gross. Thank you to Brooke. Brooke says Brooke 4829. Brooke says this level of unsafe driving is crazy. Yeah. That's saying it very nicely. Heidi has done podcasts in the car historically. She does half of her career in her car. Now, recording while physically driving, I have not seen. Dave did them in the car with her as well, but they were at least parked somewhere. And so this is a new level up on a hinge. And again, I think illegal. I don't think you're allowed to do this. It may not be written in the legislature, but I think any distracted driving. I mean, you can't even like change the radio station, technically. You're supposed to have your eyes on the road and, now how are you holding a microphone and making engaging content? You're not.
Gonna have to actually drink a little celery juice. Keep me going here. Got my celery juice right here.
That's for you, Brooke. I hope you got your celery juice ready. Okay.
If you're listening, shout out to you.
Yeah, she'll be awesome.
Yeah, she's going to be great.
I follow her.
have,
Content's great.
I want to bring Emily and Chelsea back on because I had a handful. I mean, like, it's actually really cool. Do you know I get DMs about them every day?
Really?
Yeah, I do. A lot of people, wow, this is interesting. It's going to be a fun.
Dude, the lighting isn't that good the whole time. You liked it in the driveway.
Yeah, go back to the driveway.
That's okay. Are you going to be okay to talk?
Yeah, I mean, if I drift off and I'm not paying attention.
These microphones aren't even plugged in because it sounds like they had to put the enhance feature on to, dull out the background noise. So I don't think that these are actually working. So what's the point of distracting yourself anyways?
It's because there's traffic.
Okay. I mean, I can carry a podcast myself too.
Yeah, I know. We know.
No, I was saying I want to bring
Passive aggressive. Okay, I'm going to psychoanalyze them. Passive aggressive behavior. Comment. Heidi, was that a nice thing to say? No.
If I drift off and I'm not paying attention, it's because there's traffic.
Okay. I mean, I can carry a podcast myself too.
Yeah, I know. We know.
No, I was
You're
saying
good
I
at it.
want to bring Emily and Chelsea back on at some point because I feel like a lot of people have had questions about, well, there was a lot of fun talk when Emily and Chelsea came on, their story about coming out later in life, which was just awesome. But I want them on so they can just answer questions and talk more without me talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you should put a question box out to the community.
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
Has our community never seen a gay couple before? Like, what are the questions that are need to be answered? Okay.
What do you want to know about these lesbians?
That's a good soundbite.
That's what we call them. So.
I have loved so much though.
That's what we call them. Those lesbians. Great. I'm glad.
Feels like penis.
If we are to torque fascia on the butthole.
Am I attracted to men or women?
And they call that a bisexual tone.
That's what I was trying to find.
Getting DMs from people who are genuinely interested in who they are, who are so proud of them for talking about their story, because they feel like that's something. I have not received one bit of hate, not one bit about them. Do you know this?
Good, that would piss me off.
Yeah, it makes me so happy. And I know how much hate that they've gotten in their lives. Anyway, okay. Today.
I'm assuming in the church that they both all went to or whatever. I'm not surprised. I think most people nowadays are typically accepting and normal, and that's like vanilla now. Like to be in a 2-person gay relationship is like, give me vanilla with vanilla on top. So when bring in the polycule on, then we can talk about interesting conversation. Life is Literary. Thank you so much. Life is Literary says, it doesn't feel like they're a couple whenever I see these. I feel so awkward and like they're just sort of buddies every time. Forced positivity. It feels like they're always at the tail end of a fight. It feels like they've known each other way too long and they're sick of each other. And it feels very reminiscent of every other person I've seen her interact with on camera. But she doesn't see it, which is so interesting. Like, you don't watch. I know she watches her stuff back. She must watch everything twice on, half speed, so she gets more feedback from watching herself. But it's interesting that she doesn't have any insight into this, because this guy is no different than Dave, no different than Chris in terms of like the passive aggressiveness and the issues, and yet she persists. There'll be another one after this.
My boyfriend.
You're exchanging biofluids.
Back to the swallowing.
Boofing.
Okay, finally.
I had a thriving wild stallion of Eros.
Thank you, Life is Literary. I agree with you.
Ryan had the great idea of talking about something. Your shirt looks great,
No,
babe.
it's like trapped. You know, when your shirt gets like pinched. Oh, I got this. I got the wheel.
Okay.
Me and Jesus have the wheel right now.
Okay.
Just like
Ryan and I had the idea of talking about, we do get a lot of questions. Let's fix this.
Girls, guys, let's cut this out next time. Don't for my purposes, but like for an actual podcast, cut this out, please.
There we go. We get a lot of questions about how we do a long distance relationship. And so we're going to go into it today.
You do you. Hey!
Agree?
Yeah, I do agree. I agree.
Are you unable to think?
I'm consenting to this podcast.
Are you consenting to this?
Yeah.
Are you unable to think, or are you okay?
I mean, I do have a little bit of a split attention thing going on right
do
now.
you?
I mean, slightly, but
do we
want
want
to put my multitasking to the
Should we
test.
pause this and?
No, let's keep going.
Oh, are you sure?
Oh yeah, for sure. This is great. No, I'm serious. Let's go.
I can't.
This is when you know when you're 5 minutes in and you're still debating if you should even do said podcast, that it's going to be really, really good.
I can't tell if I'm getting attitude or what. We've officially passed the 1 year
Heaven
mark.
forbid.
Okay, wait. Let's first start by talking about, because everyone has listened to our not everyone, like everyone in the world has listened to our.
Everyone, 8 billion people.
Why
The
is
streams
this
are crazy.
why is this dropping down?
Because you're
It's okay.
driving.
But a lot of people have listened to our part 1 and part 2 of how we met.
What is this, meta time? I'm looking at a phone, recording the podcast of them recording in the car. Thank God we have this footage.
And it's all blissful.
It still is for me.
It is.
So let's just be clear.
Wait, but it is.
I'm getting in
And
between these two.
also,
I'm getting in between you guys. You guys are on the brink of breakup. I can feel it in my bones.
we're going to a 2-day intensive therapy session tomorrow, actually Thursday. But like, I
The
think
wheels came off.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, what did I tell you at the very beginning of dating you?
Oh, it's the same thing I told you and totally believed in and agreed with.
Which is what?
Which is weird.
He said that in past tense. Believed in. I told you something I believed in last year. I no longer believe in love anymore. Okay, sorry.
Not young children in first relationships, and we carry a lot of life behind us and with us. There's always something
Smize,
to
girl.
learn and work through and grow through, and there's no way you just show up to any relationship, especially at this point in life.
Yep.
And with all the
Yep.
things, even if like you're in a really good place, like life is complex by this point. There's divorces and kids and money and finances and
Yeah.
all kinds of things. So how do we come into this?
Hey, Mom! Can I get a Cheez-It? Hey, Dad! Can you shut the heck up and drive the car so I'm safe back here? I have something to say to you, Dad. My new dad of the month. How dare you? I have this to say to you.
Bitch.
From the beginning, before there is anything problematic, and just like have all the tools, learn ourselves better, learn each other, learn ourselves together. Yeah, we talked about this like a year ago. I love
I
the
think
idea.
I've said this too in a podcast, actually one that I believe you listened to when we had first met, when I wasn't replying to your DMs.
Oh yeah.
She loves to add that. Remember when I hated you when I first met you? I was not attracted to you and I didn't know if you were a woman or a man. Remember that time that I talked extensively about? Remember that?
I did.
But I actually have always wanted, not always. Well, after, I mean, obviously I've been through, I always say this and I hate saying it because it just sounds like I'm, but the reality is I've been through a lot of different relationships. And the goal is,
God.
I mean, I don't know. What did I say in Kara's podcast today?
What is this photo? I've been in a lot of relationships. Let's put the photo of us in white at the whitest cafe we've ever been to. With the most vanilla food on the table. And our ages. Ay. Great pick. I'm glad that we needed to see it. Thank you to Masha. Masha MCUA. Thank you so much. Masha says, she proves that no amount of ketamine, fake line treatment, and woo-woo self-help heals you. You can tell that her self-hate and criticism project on each boyfriend and she winds up pushing them away. I think you nailed it, Masha. Are you a psychologist? I'm no psychologist, but I feel like that is a pretty astute explanation and observation, personally. I have this to say.
This is a really intense woman.
Yes, I think, but, and it's unfortunate, but I guess you wouldn't be attracted to a man that would have some of that insight, you know, like the insight to say, I think you're projecting onto me and I'm going to break up with you because this is not fair. This is, you're holding me to a standard that it's unnecessary or unfair or whatever. But she ends up with guys who seemingly just go with whatever she says, at least to a point. Because they have their own issues and their own problems. So, you know, she's kind of cracked the code. She's hacked the system so where she doesn't have to look inward. You know, a lot of people do that. A lot of people have cracked that code.
We're gonna come and eat your children.
She's savage.
Scruffy combs.
Call the police. Call the psych ward.
Thank you, Masha. It feels like this could be a cult meeting where they're at right now. Like they're about to go into the Kundalini awakening cult. And they have to have a vanilla muffin before they go.
When Kira had said, you know, you had a 10-year marriage Heidi, I don't think she...
If you adjust this shit one more time, I'm turning this off and never streaming again. Stop it.
Use the word failed, but she talked about how it didn't necessarily...
Oh, what did she say?
What did she say?
Like it didn't work out.
Yeah, she said that didn't work out. And then I said something to the tune of, I don't want to allow the world to determine
what worked.
What working and not working means.
Yeah.
Like for me, I look at what each relationship was, even mine and Chris's, and the completion of that in my life was...
She's been waiting, chomping at the bit to put a picture of Chris on the screen in a podcast as of late. Oh, that was probably such a relief for her.
Like, it feels like it was perfect. It was exactly what it was supposed to be in my life. And I look at, yeah, it did. I look at the kids that I have, that he and I have, and what he and I created together. And I think we're conditioned in a world where people think that the only way to do it is one way, like together forever. And I don't think that that's always the case.
Yeah.
Obviously in my story, because it hasn't been. And I actually really appreciate how all of my relationships have been. However, even the ones that were really ugly and really toxic, which really I can only point to one.
Oh my God. Scott, or whatever his name is. The guy that she was with when she met Ryan. Are we going to go down this rabbit hole again? I hope to gosh not. I heard it all. We heard every detail. There's nothing more to discuss. I want to hear about couples therapy. I don't want to hear about your ex-boyfriend again. Maybe you should bring this up in couples therapy. Look at him. He looks like he's out of it. He's zoned out on the road, as he should be.
I had said this earlier too. I feel like I should say it now. I think they all had unhealthy parts. And I'm going to point to myself. I had unhealthy parts in all of the previous relationships. I'm sure I have unhealthy parts now.
I was just going to say that never ends in any family, friendships, romantic relationships. There's always unhealthy parts. Conking. You'll do all the healing you think you can do, and in 10 years you'll be like, oh, I still had some.
Yeah. But I do know that actually I was at a mastermind. Dave and I were there years ago with, do you know Lewis Howes?
No.
Do you know who he is?
I've heard the name.
Okay, so...
Yes. He's one of us, folks. I mean, we know who Lewis Howes is, I'm assuming. Lewis Howes, show you. He's the guy. Let me look up Lewis Howes cheating scandal. I swear I remember something before he met his wife. Well, I don't know what this is true, but it says, I cheated and got caught. Reason I'm such an expert on cheating is because, well, I cheated, got caught, went to not just rehab. So I guess maybe. Oh, and then but this says, there is no evidence or record of a personal cheating scandal involving Lewis Howes. However, he does have a podcast. Okay. Good. I'm assuming this is probably the guest who's saying this. Yeah. He's an expert on cheating because he's a cheater. So maybe I did dream that. New weather woman? Meteorologist? It says the cheating weather woman refers to Mexican TV host and meteorologist Yanet Garcia, who previously dated podcaster Lewis Howes. The term cheating regarding this relationship stems from the highly publicized timeline of their breakup in 2021. Okay, here's the tea. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. The breakup. They broke up in mid-2021. Shortly after their separation, Howes began dating Mexican actress Martha Higuereda. Garcia publicly hinted that she believed Howes moved on suspiciously fast, noting that just weeks after they ended things, he was already with Higuereta in Tulum. Higuereta publicly defended Howes, denying any infidelity and stating that Howes was single when they started getting to know each other. Ironically, due to the overlap in these relationships, Lewis Howes frequently produces podcast episodes and social media content discussing the psychology of cheaters, how to spot warning signs, and how to heal from relationship trauma. I don't think that's what ironically means, but okay. That is the said scandal. So this is who she's, I think this is his current wife. There you go. That's Lewis Howes. And Lewis Howes just met Tony Robbins recently, I saw. And he's on Tubi now. I just saw this photo recently. So Lewis Howes got a Sirius XM contract or something with Tubi. Involved with Tubi. Just so we know. I don't know. Sorry to go off on a tangent. I don't like this guy, obviously. Yeah. School of greatness. Like, they don't even try to make it unique anymore. They just say, oh, we're going to have the same people on over and over and over again. Let them spew their garbage and I'll make trillions of dollars. And they're right. They're so smart and we're dumb. We're the dummies. And by we, I mean me, my bank account, my beautiful kitty cat Taro. She's not dumb. She's just a simple girl. You can't even speak English. Okay. Yeah, so he got a Sirius XM deal, and now it's going to be on Tubi. So, good for him. Great. Okay, anyways, back to it. That's who she's talking about.
So he and his then girlfriend, they had just started dating like 2 or 3 months ago, like prior. They were there. They were sitting across from me and Dave at the table. They had just started dating. They were like, it's a really cool story. They talked about it online too. They didn't have sex for a very long time, but they also...
How long? 24 hours or what are we talking here? What was the timeline on that? No sex for a long time.
Right at the beginning of their relationship, they had on their first date, they essentially were in mutual agreement that they didn't want a relationship that was not willing to start therapy from the very beginning, not because something is broken, but because we know the power of therapy is actually it's not repairing, it's in giving us tools to work through anything. Mm-hmm. And I loved that so much since, obviously I had the relationship with Dave. We all know how that ended.
Do we?
I had that relationship before.
It changes all the time how it actually ended and if it actually did in fact end. Every podcast there's a new version of the story, but okay. You ended because what? I don't know. Why did it end? It seemed like you didn't want it to end and he ended it because he had to be with his kids more. Thank you to Masha again. Thank you so much, Masha. Masha says, body language again. His loose shirt is choking him. He is locked down in more ways than one. He is buckled up and buckled in and also staring off as Heidi speaks. That's the tableau that's been painted for me here. And also, Give me some goldfish. Give me some goldfish and put your eyes on the road, you monster man. You do you. Doop de doo. More like doop de doo. I'm their stepchild. Their redheaded stepchild in the back.
Bold-faced lie.
I wish I was their child. You know? I wish I was their child. I would be so loved and very well adjusted also.
We hate him.
My family thought I was off my rocker.
Oh, that's just a built-in laugh track.
I am the most liberal.
Thank you, Masha. I'm with you again. 2 for 2.
For you. And I had made the decision. I'm like, I am not going into another relationship unless the other person is willing to continue growing forever with me. And I think it is hard to... no.
And she had overlap. She was still dating her boyfriend when she met him and was talking to him all night long and in Ohio and sneaking away and staying up all night to talk to him. So what are you talking about? You were in a relationship while you were starting this one. So there was no like, well, if I ever get in a relationship again, I'm going to change. It's like you were in a bad one, so you say, and then you're already starting another one. When did you have this thought process?
Oh, actually, growth is easy to measure. I think if we're actively trying, like putting effort in somewhere.
Hi.
And so we've been you and I talked about this at the beginning. I had said, hey, what would you think about this? And it was a thing where we're like, yeah, we both loved it, but it never actually happened. I think we did one joint session with someone. And we're a year in.
Uh-huh. Yeah, babe, whatever. Shut up.
Over a year. We're a year and a month in right now.
2, almost.
A year and almost 2 months in. Holy moly, I
Isn't that
forgot we're
crazy?
in June. Yeah.
I know. Almost 14 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would have been, so they're almost in June, so that means they met in April? So their timeline before was BS, I think. Allegedly. I can't remember the dates, and I don't care.
And
who cares?
Like, I really do believe that the honeymoon phase can last forever if you put the work in.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you agree?
Yeah, you would think that. You would think that. How's that going so far? Okay.
Completely. Yeah. Yeah, especially when certain foundations exist of like trust and safety, intimacy, like core friendship. I totally believe that. I think it looks different. It changes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I recognize, I feel safer with you being able to like say what I need far more than I ever have in any other relationship. Which sometimes
No, it's like a funny running joke. It would be like,
it is.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
No.
Like sometimes I don't want to have sex and I tell you I don't want to, which I've never been able
or
to say
anything.
before.
And then you're always like, that feels so good to be able to say that I just don't feel like doing something right now. And I'm like, that's cool.
I've never been able to say it.
Get into individual therapy yesterday, Heidi. Again, I've said this a million times about her. This is something that you should be talking about and is not something that like is just a throwaway thing. That is a pretty stark thing to say. Ugh. And he doesn't seem thrilled with it. He's like, yeah, it's fine, I guess. He doesn't actually seem that okay with it, which is kind of weird. And it's also weird that as a woman of her age and experience that she would be like, oh yeah, I can't do. That's crazy. You got to teach your daughters the right way, that they have autonomy and that they, that's tough. It's not just about you and your struggles. It's like you need to teach, and your sons also. That's a rough one to hear. I'm not surprised to hear it, but it's rough to hear. I feel bad for her. LCV Maddox. Thank you so much, LCV Maddox 3357. They say this Ryan Isaac doing this while his kids go without and his soon-to-be ex-wife struggles to pay their bills. Frigging buffoon. Yeah, well, we talked about that in the last one. I don't know all the details beyond the court documents and the things that have been filed, but it does seem odd. It does seem weird from an outsider's perspective and someone watching this happen publicly, that this guy had an entire life in a different state with a family, and now it seems like his whole life is this new woman and her family. It's not the best look. in the world. It's like, why don't they want you around? I would be questioning that if I was Heidi. But I don't think that she does. Or if she does, she doesn't care what the answer is.
I just liked being able to get away with whatever I wanted.
I feel like I'm a clown in a circus.
I'm kind of a wild guy.
And also?
Clear.
Thank you, LCB Maddox. I think we're all cleared now. Okay. So I forget what she's talking about. Yeah, the sex part. Ugh, yikes. I feel bad for her. Okay.
And I love that I can. But even, I mean, oftentimes in relationships, I would find myself, even because I am a recovering people pleaser, but I would find myself when there were things that would not sit well with me, like on a character level, not that there's a right or wrong, but the way that I do it versus the way that someone else does it. I would have fear of this person leaving me or not liking me anymore. And so I would let a lot roll off my back, a lot, especially in my last relationship, which you know a lot about. He's very curious.
Against his will.
I love how curious you are and how okay you are with me talking through things because it helps me know that you care.
Now, is he honest about not wanting to hear about this shit? Because I don't think so. And I think at a certain point, you got to go, enough's enough. I am curious. I'm always curious to hear about people's ex-girlfriends and stuff and their ex-relationships and what went wrong and what do you think? And like, I ask that stuff of men, you know, when once in a million years when I get around one. But I don't want to hear about it every day. I don't want to hear about it more than 2 times, you know, total perhaps. And I've been guilty about talking about exes with current boyfriends in the past, but I'm trying, you know, I think hopefully I've let that go. It was more of like I need therapy thing than let me tell my boyfriend about my ex-boyfriend. Because now I feel like I get it all off my chest in a session. I don't have to go and like break it down with my current boyfriend. I don't have a current boyfriend, just saying a hypothetical current boyfriend. Anyways.
About like how I want to be treated.
Yeah, I can't imagine not wanting to know about your life. What got you to this point? What shaped you?
But I have started, I had started to notice myself in my relationship around the 1 year mark. Literally around the time that we filmed the podcast. Like I noticed myself start to actually, I noticed myself thinking things that I'm like, why am I having a hard time sharing this with him? And it wasn't even a big deal. Yeah. And then once, you know, like with me, I process things so quickly. Yeah. I go.
Yeah. I'm about to turn into oncoming traffic real quick. Hold on. Yeah, keep talking about your ex-boyfriend. Okay. LCV Maddox, thank you so much again. LCV Maddox says, Heidi might as well be AI with all those filters. Hey, she doesn't use filters. She gave it up in 2022 or something. And she's never gone back. Don't question it. That healed us all. That was the sexual therapist here. That's what they offer. I'm just kidding. Sexual therapy, I think, is a real psychological track. I tried to get with one at one point of several years ago, and they ain't got no openings for me. They didn't got no openings for me. That's all I can say. I'll give you a bonus food. Everyone, Taro's going to get bonus dinner tonight because she's been such a good girl. You ready? You can see my Amazon. What a little sweetheart.
I am getting emotional right now.
Thank you, LCB Maddox. Okay. And thank you also, it's coming through, to Gregory Schmeggery. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. Appreciate that.
Demon.
Sorry.
I'm going to send you so much love and so much light and so much good energy today because I feel like you need it.
Thanks. Okay, back to it. Talk to it.
Oh, kind of silent, which, as you know.
And I noticed micro shifts in everything that you feel.
You notice everything.
Everything.
How?
I don't know. I've always been like that, and it's a curse. It probably is great. but it feels
Wait,
like
what did he say? I'm sorry. I was not paying attention. I was afraid they were going to drive off the road.
You go kind of silent, which, as you know,
and I noticed micro shifts in everything that you feel.
You notice everything.
Everything.
How?
I don't know. I've always been like that, and it's a curse. It probably is great, but it feels like a curse because then like I shift the way I'm behaving too. I wish I was more stereotypically male oblivious. I wish I was sometimes because
Do you?
I know, yes, because I think I would probably
Because I'm driving myself insane, catering to your every whim.
be just more blissfully happy more. I'm not unhappy. I'm just saying, like, I noticed like the tiniest micro shifts in energy from people. I've always been that way. There's probably some childhood hypervigilance trauma for sure, but like, you know, I do. I notice it. So I adjust. Like if I see that something's changed in you, I can't just keep doing or saying what I was doing. Like I want to like know what's going on. I want to understand it. I want to hear it. I want you to talk to me and express it. So yeah, I do. I notice everything.
But it's what's really interesting about it is like I will think something. I'll have a thought, and in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, I haven't said anything. There's no way he'll know that like something's going on." And literally, that moment, you'll be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "What?" It's so odd.
Yeah.
It's an energy thing too. I swear, like you're telepathic.
Yeah, that's the conclusion to draw from that. You're telepathic. Okay, so I'm feeling hypervigilance. I'm feeling he's constantly trying to reassure her that, are you okay? Are you okay? That sounds like the tenets of a very strong, healthy relationship. Double, triple, quadruple checking daily to make sure your partner is not having some breakdown.
It's always been like this for me, which is frustrating too, because there's two things that go, I mean, there's a lot to it. Like if there is something going on, then you have to either like be able to share it, or even sometimes you don't even have words for what you're feeling. You just have a feeling and you're like, you know, and then that's frustrating when someone picks at you. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What is it? What is it?
I pick at you.
Yeah. and then
Today
like,
I did.
And you're like, well, nothing was wrong, but
No, did you feel like that today?
no, not at all today. No. But that's
She's like, I need to step up my game. He needs to be on his toes 24/7. And I took a day off. If he doesn't think that I was up his ass today, we need to get it in gear. We got to up the program. He needs to never be relaxed. If he loves me, he will never relax another second of his life. And that's true love, I think. Thank you to Rocket Dog 7135. Thank you. And such a cute rocket dog in your image with a big rocket dog sized tongue. Rocket Dog 7135 says, I'm exhausted listening to Heidi for 2 minutes. I feel like I need couples therapy. We can provide it. We have it. You ready? This is couples therapy. Let's see. Where is couples therapy? I have couples therapy ready to go. Where is it? I have a couples therapy for you. You will break up soon. Aliens are coming to take your boyfriend away. They want more communication, not less. Wow. That's from the other side. That's evolved couples therapy, I think. Rocket Dog.
God was like, you're done.
Also,
Allah Akbar.
that's for you specifically. Okay. Back to
one
it.
part of the dynamic, and then another part of the dynamic that's me is like, if I can't understand it or it's not communicated, then I just start telling myself stories that are usually worst case scenario stories and building a lot of like anxiety around it, which is a me thing for me to work on. I actually just talked to my therapist yesterday about that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right out, like literally the day after we recorded episode 2 of How We Met, it was probably a few days after. I was driving you to the airport, and what didn't even have anything to do with you. It had to do with me. It started like, why am I having a hard time saying whatever it was? I can't even remember what it is now. That's also something funny about me is once I'm over an issue, I like completely 100% forget about it.
And I'm still thinking about like a sentence you said in a certain way a week ago.
Well, that was like a month and a half ago, and we're literally going to a 2-day intensive tomorrow
to address it.
And I don't even know what we're going for anymore. Ryan.
No, but it's really good. I was telling my therapist yesterday that
he's getting a head start on the therapist.
I'm trying to like.
So what it sounds like is that he requested this, even though it was her idea from the beginning that she needed him to be into therapy. It sounds like he requested this 2-day intensive because she doesn't even remember what they're going for anymore. And they're going to unpack a sentence that she said to him several months ago. Oof. Great. I can't wait for them to get in front of a therapist. I think they'll have some thoughts.
Like, I'm trying to get my story straight, you know. Like, I need him on my side before we walk in those doors.
You're gonna win because I don't even know.
You're influential. I'm just kidding. No, but something I noticed, and I was in one really long relationship for like my whole adult life. So there's new things that I feel in this relationship I've never felt before. It, means something different. I'm all here, like as me, wholly me, which is very different than most of the life I've lived as an adult.
Really?
Yeah. And so there's like new.
There's just a fuzz. It's like a fuzz.
There's like new anxieties that I feel, or new worries, or new fears, and I'm like, I haven't felt that since I was like a teenager.
What are they? You don't have to say them all. I'm just curious. Like
no. Yeah,
because you are showing up maybe as all of you. Is that scary?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like this is all of me.
Yeah.
There's nothing held back. There's no like it's all of me, all fully vulnerable, fully open. I'm fully lived with you. Like there's nothing I'm not around you. And I think there's like there's totally an element to like this
Yeah, good point. Hey, Crab Man. Quote, a really long relationship, LOL, you mean your wife and the mother of your kids? Yeah, great way to put it. I was in like a pretty serious relationship. Yeah, like a 20-year marriage. It's crazy.
I don't know how to say it. It's like this means more to me than, how do you say that? This just means a lot to me. Like it's very, very important to me to like work on everything, fix everything, be good enough, Those just aren't things I've felt for a long time. Unfortunately, I wish that was the case. But
that's crazy to say also. You're like, I did not want to change for the better with my ex. But for you, baby, I want to be the better man. It's like, such a stereotype.
It just wasn't. So to your point from the beginning, like, why do we do this? It's like a new relationship dynamic, even if it's like a new friend, will bring out different parts of you that might have been dormant for a long time that you didn't get, because there's certain parts of me I feel now that I haven't had to work on for like decades.
Yeah.
Sorry, real fast. They're like teenager Ryan stuff.
Yeah.
That I didn't have to face for a long time. So it's cool. It's really great.
Well, and you know me,
great.
I don't keep anything in.
No.
I will. So like the drive to the airport, when I started noticing, it was like the night before. It usually starts with me. And if I'm being honest, I didn't like something about myself, if you remember right, because we had gone out the night before. I didn't really want to go out. I'm really busy in my life right now. I actually podcasted last about about how, and this happened when I was in a relationship with Dave. It didn't have anything to do with.
Make sure you show the photo of Dave so that people know who Dave is. We need to show Dave photo now. We've had Dave photos, multiple, Chris photos, and photos and videos of this couple. We get it. You had boyfriends in the past and relationships. We don't need to see them again.
Dave, and it had everything to do with me and my ability to not say no, right? Mm-hmm. And I was in a place where I was like, I'm feeling like I'm there again. I'm feeling like
spread thin, drained, exhausted.
I'm going out with people who I love, mind you, but when I really know that it's not in my best interest in this building phase of my life to be doing it as much as we are.
Yeah.
And
which is interesting because we are very different social creatures.
Very. Like one of us is a social creature to the max and the other is a hermit. Can you tell who's who?
I would guess Ryan is the social one and you're the hermit, because when people aren't talking about you and asking you questions and you're talking exclusively about yourself and your ex-boyfriends, you probably get really pouty. I would guess.
I'm like, does anyone want to go out tonight? But there's a huge downside to that, not only to you because it pushes too much sometimes, but I was just telling you this the other night. As much fun as it, even if you have the best friends in the world, and they're great times and they're, healthy and they build you and it's great, it takes away from time from us. Like that's just one more night that we don't get to sit down and talk and connect and just be quiet together.
Okay, dude, you gotta take a step back, in my humble opinion. You're in too deep here, dude. If you're a social guy, you can be with a woman or whoever that's also social. You don't have to change your entire personality to make it fit this relationship. Okay? Relationship 101. If you have to change your entire personality to suit the other person, it's probably not a good match. I understand, making some sacrifices and some compromises, but when you're talking about I've changed my beliefs as a person, I'm no longer social because I need to have more one-on-one time with you to hear about your ex-boyfriends, that is crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry.
It's just like another, and then I leave town, and then it's just like, oh.
It does. It really does. And like career-wise, where I'm at right now, you're in a different place, right? But like for me as a business owner, I feel like I'm holding together
2,000. How many? What business does she have? Her online hypnosis therapy affiliate link to the ketamine clinic? Like, what is she actually doing other than thrive paid ads on her Instagram? Is that really taking up that much time? Come on, what business are you talking about?
2,000.
Yeah,
I do feel like I'm holding together 25 different humongous pieces that don't yet connect, but they're all floating and they will. Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's almost like,
again, she does this too, where she starts these businesses when she jumps into these relationships, and then it's like, I'm too stressed with these businesses. This relationship isn't working. I need to yell at you because I'm stressed about my life. It's like, well, this is also a choice. You're choosing to be stressed and to live your life this way. I think as an outlet to then be able to yell at your partner with impunity. Immunity? What's the word I'm looking for? One of those.
Stopping to do this, it's totally cuts into my flow, which I have so much fun every time I'm there. But then I'm upset the next day that I am out of flow and I have to figure out how to get back in flow again. Yeah. Does that make sense?
It does. I feel something similar, but it's different. The next day, I always feel like, oh man, that was like one less night I get with Heidi alone.
Oh, babe. I
every time. It's like we have so much fun. But I'm such a quality time person, and I don't live by you.
Yeah.
So, which is the point of today's podcast.
Yeah, I know.
I feel that every time after we go out, most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh.
I feel like that's unhealthy, but what do I know? I feel like it's too much too soon, and I think it is just a style choice. Like if he likes to go out and have friends, like that shouldn't be a deterrent to her, and vice versa. They just don't seem compatible.
It's like one more night that we didn't just get to be together.
Yeah.
And, especially when I'm here on kid weeks or when kids come over when it's not even kid week.
Well, and that's, like this week, for example, I've had, and the last 2 times you've been here, I've had the kids wanting to stay extra days, which I will never say no.
For sure. No.
And I really appreciate that you are okay with me not saying,
I would want
with
the
me
same
letting
thing,
them
and
stay.
you would be supportive 1,000,000% every single time. So.
Yeah, right. Try that again, buddy. When you have the opportunity, see how that goes.
And I know, like Chris is the same way. If the kids want to stay with him, it's like never no. I want the kids to always know that they're loved and accepted, and because that time is so finite, it's like for the rest of my life.
It is.
I'll get, time with you.
Yeah.
But So anyway,
I think they both know deep down this is a temporary thing that will not last forever. So they do want to suck it dry. Thank you.
Back to the swallowing.
Ryan's car was in front of my house for way too long. I'm kidding. That's what it ended up, but not really. Here's what it is.
Can you pass me that Coke? Is that possible? Was that making noise over here?
Here's what it is. I had realized once I see one thing, like I was a little upset with myself that I didn't have the strength, because I'm like, I should have learned this lesson by now. When I see things, when I saw patterns repeating in me, okay? Patterns repeating in me is what it was. Me not being able to say no. And I'm like, what is it? Why do I feel like I can't tell Ryan what I want? And then it just unlocked all of these things that was like hiding in my subconscious that I was aware of, but not totally aware of, that I was not telling you how I felt in certain ways. And then my mind just goes on this big, I probably had created stories in my head too. Like,
we all do, for sure.
Like,
if
I tell him, he's going to think I'm nagging him, because that's been a thing in the past, right? Like,
yeah, but I've never
especially
felt
in my
that
last
with you.
relationship. I know.
Yeah, I've never felt that way with you.
I still feel bad because I do feel like I have a very, very, very high expectation for everything in my life.
And you also operate on a high sense of
Except for the men, because apparently they were all bad. And this is the best one she's ever had. So apparently she had low standards previously, according to her own records.
urgency with literally, if you need new toilet paper, the urgency is just as high as like executing a contract on a property or something.
It's true.
Yeah.
But like also my
Great. And are we going to fix this, or we're happy with this, or what?
Expectations that I set for everyone around me are not expectations I do not meet myself. Like sometimes I feel like I have, and I also know that that's not fair. So I'm saying this, recognizing that it's not fair. But I
refuse to change, and you need to fit me 100%. Because I have a personality disorder that's undiagnosed. Sorry. I don't know. Who knows?
Because of all the shit that I've been through, there are certain people in my life who, think otherwise, and that's okay too. But I do know how much work I've done on myself. I know how, when Kira was talking about an older version of me today, an older version of me did not have integrity. An older version of me didn't show up. An older version of me backed out of everything. An older version of me, all of these procrastinated.
And by older version, she means last month.
Like hell. An older version of me prioritized my addiction, my eating disorder over everything. An older version of me prioritized my men over my kids, which now is not the case, but I have.
Now, how can she say that with a straight face? I'm sorry to say. You don't think you're prioritizing this new relationship over your kids? Come on. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I have before. So there are older versions of me.
And having fun, and being social, at the expense of work.
An
and your
older
health,
version of me prioritized what a man thought of me over what I thought of me.
Yeah.
And so as I see these things start to creep up, I want to nip them. And I'll just say I am very proud of the work that I put in.
You should be.
My life.
You should be.
And I also want to always, I want everyone to not say be where I am, but know what I know. I want everyone to see where I've been in my life. It's like I expect you to read my mind, right?
Yeah, she said.
But anyway.
Which is, I was wondering that. And it's interesting that she said that, I want you to read my mind. She now said that I think you're telepathic to him in a serious tone, that she thought he was telepathic because he can pick up on her micro mood changes. Okay, but I think she probably really might believe that he's telepathic, and when he doesn't use his telepathy skills to determine what she wants, when she doesn't even know what she wants because her life is in chaos, then she's going to be pissed at him. And he's laughing like it's funny, but I do think that's a real issue.
But know what I know. I want everyone to see where I've been in my life. It's like I expect you to read my mind, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
But anyway, long and the short of it is when I could see all of these places where I wasn't speaking up and where I was, I don't want to say irritated, but like,
Well, you probably felt irritated.
not speaking up causes irritation.
Yeah, and resentment.
And resentment. And I was holding resentment that I didn't even know because Ryan had a car breakdown and he had fully communicated to me. But it was
Well,
like
we
still
drove out
from
with
my
my
house.
daughter. So when we went to
New
York in January, I drove the car.
5 months.
Love this car.
This car's been
She's
at my
had
house
some
for 5 months.
she's had the same issues. The poor girl. She's gone now. Rest in peace. But yeah, we drove out in January, and then me and my daughter after New York. The next day after that, like 3 a.m. landing, wasn't that it?
Yeah.
We start driving home. Breaks down in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Tow it back, Uber back, fly my daughter home.
Yeah.
Send it to the shop. It sat in the shop for like 5 weeks.
Yeah, it was there for a while.
And then brought it back to your house. Too scared to drive it back home again. I'm like, this thing needs to be sold. It's done.
You did nothing wrong. Let me just
No,
be
I
honest.
don't think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But
I
I
don't think
would like when I got in this mood.
But I was still angry at you for no reason. So his car breaks down. He leaves at her house for several months. Okay, but it's not his fault. He did nothing wrong, but she's still upset about it.
And I was like, fuck this shit. Everything in my life I
If
want
you can't take care of a car, how are you ever going to take care of me and a family?
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's how you feel.
So we're going to therapy over it. Actually, here's what it was. I had just said, and when all this stuff was coming up, the reality is I know that I don't know how to process everything as an individual. I definitely don't know how to process it as a couple. And so what I had said to you is I said, I want both of us to now until the end of time. I want the best shot at the healthiest relationship.
Same.
And I fully recognize I will.
He looks totally different in that photo. That must be early on or something. He's gotten some cosmetic changes since this, or at least maybe it's just a bad photo. But they both look different. Maybe they've been AI'd or something because this ain't recognizable to me.
Fuck this up.
Yeah, I will too.
I will ruin
I
it
will
just
too.
like I
Teenage Ryan will do it. 30-year-old Ryan will do it. Like, those parts will, they will.
And I know that I love you. I know that you're worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, to like you immediately, like I think I text the guy that night. You text him that night too.
Who's the
we
guy?
both got on it. We both had a
Well,
call.
for a little context, just so the people can hear my case. So the jury, I now approach the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, esteemed
this
colleagues
tiny
of mine.
little thing, and we're like going to therapy.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, okay, I can't drive this home thing to California.
Doesn't sound like a tiny little thing to me. And also this sounds like there's many other things. And it also sounds like, again, Heidi is making a joke about it and saying like, we don't need to go to therapy. But yet she's touting the tenets of therapy and how great it is. Like, so it sounds like you think you don't need it. She's kind of said that like in a half-assed way several times. Like, I can't believe this tiny little thing we're going for this. And he's, dragging me to go to this has been the what's it called? The story that she's told, the narrative. But then also she wants to look good and say like, oh, I heard Lewis Howes goes to therapy with his girlfriend. So that's why I decided to do this. Doesn't sound like it was her choice at all. Sounds like, and to me, this is not a small thing. That like, I don't know if you need to go to therapy over it, but it could be a break-upable thing. Like, I don't know. On both sides, I guess. It's like if you're someone who needs like 100% effort at all times and you can't like have my car breaks down and I can't keep it at your house for a certain amount of time and you're not communicating that with me, well, then it's not going to work. I say as I never have been able to break up with anybody in my life. I am a hypocrite. I admit that. Okay. Thank you to the Life in Vibe. The Life in Vibe says, we know Heidi better than he does. What the frick? The mics. Yeah. Well, they haven't crashed yet. We don't think they've hit any pedestrians or animals yet. So we're happy to report that they seem to be safe on the road. Distracted and breaking the law, yes. But not causing vehicular homicide? Haven't seen it yet.
We are in a holy war. She's a shaft grasper. It's a lot of self on the shelf. Seed oils.
Seed oils?
I've never engaged in non-consensual activity. I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes.
I love that soundbite. Thank you, the Life in Vibe.
Trust it. I could ship it there. It's not that expensive. Also, I've got teenage kids, their car's dying. Maybe I want a home. I don't know if I do because,
I get it.
you know, should I sell it to like a CarMax? Should I sell it private party? Because those kind of cars, there's like collectors that like them. So, you know, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to do yet. Just leaving your driveway.
So I just marched next door when Ryan was gone. I literally...
And I think this is a communication issue, because if he's like chill and like, you know, this is fine, and she's not chill and fine about it, then they need to communicate that together. Because I think I would be on this scenario, I could be on both sides. I think I'm more type Ryan, where I'm like, can I leave this here? And you say yes. And I go, can I leave it here for 6 months? And they go, yes. I'm letting it go. They don't care. They said yes. They're allowed to change their mind, of course, but I'm not going to be worried about it. But if she did not communicate that, whoa, coming in hot, baby girl, then that's the issue. Therein lies the issue. It's not the car itself. It's the, are you okay with this? Yes or no? And then, you know, acting accordingly.
Marched next door, knocked on my neighbor's door, who always has new cars, and I'm like, hey,
Yeah, he's repairing cars all the time.
can you help me figure out what this car is worth and where Ryan can sell it?
Like, who's Ryan? Who are you?
Ryan ended up taking care of it. But
Yeah, we got it done.
I was just in a mood. I was in a mood.
That's okay.
And
you can
I
be in
think
a mood. You'll be in a mood again, so will I.
I will.
It's fine.
And
right now,
it is actually really awesome that is the extent so far. I'm sure it'll get harder in a lot of ways, but like that is the extent of like where frustration has existed in our relationship. And it's not even frustration at you as it is me seeing patterns in me emerge, and I do not want to repeat old patterns.
Yeah, I have those too. I have those too. Yep.
Yeah. And
then both of you should be single for like 4 months. Like, they both seem like they've had no time to themselves, not a second to themselves, to have a personal thought. And I think that's very valuable, especially when you have kids and ex-husbands and ex-wives. Like, just take a little time. But no.
in fact, when I talked to the therapist the first time, he was like, what's bothering you? And I said, I see patterns reemerging in me, and here's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And this worries me that my relationship will move in a similar pattern.
Yeah, just repeat what you've done before.
Yeah, because that's
And you're
what
like, I don't want
happens.
the same result as before.
You will continue,
Yeah.
like the universe or God will continue to bring the same thing to you over and over and over until you figure yourself out. And
That's one way to think about it. The other way is you haven't solved the problem yet, so you keep attracting it subconsciously to your life. You know, you keep getting into rushing into these relationships where it's so hot and heavy and it's all on public display, and then issues come up, and then you put them in your podcast and put them in your company, and it's like, maybe that's your issue, not God's, perhaps.
not you figure someone else out.
Or
like
why they're
this,
the fault. Or,
and what I had
what they
actually
did.
said to you was,
I think it's way easier, and I'm guilty of this too, to be mad at your boyfriend about his car than it is to be upset with yourself about the past. You know, that's why you get into these relationships, so you can kind of get angry at something outside of yourself, externally, not have to look in the mirror and go, shit, I've really made mistakes. I really need to change. It's going to be hard to fix these things. I think it's like, yeah, get in a relationship and then you can just be mad about him. And it's a lot of brain space.
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to therapy, and I'm going to do it and you can either join me or not, but I know that this is what I want in my relationship. And you're like, I want it.
Yeah.
It was like
Hell yes.
Yeah.
We want the same thing.
I was very passionate about it that night.
It was a few weeks of
Passion.
yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
back to the question: how do we do long distance?
Well, I don't know. I think this is a podcast of
We're
couples
not.
therapy.
Yeah.
And
So
we can do the long distance
here's what's
logistics.
funny.
Or
Can
we got 7 minutes till the restaurant. Can we be late? Well,
No,
can we just
let's
text them?
not. We won't even go into long distance. We'll do a second episode. This is great.
Yeah.
But what is funny is sometimes
There's still 15 minutes left of this podcast, so I guess they were late to the reservation. They're going to dinner this whole time. They've been driving for 30 minutes so far. I guess that's normal.
I feel like because I'm a woman, and from the looks of me, maybe you would expect me to be softer, how I speak. I do think sometimes the way that I
No, I would not expect that, actually.
speak or project, like not project emotionally, although sometimes I do, but like project my voice. I think it sounds harsher than it actually is.
It never does to me, by the way.
You know what this should be? I wish this podcast was projected on a siren outside of the car so everyone on the highway could hear them wax poetic about her ex-boyfriends and their current affairs.
But I love that about you.
It doesn't.
I love that so much.
I see your intentions in everything. You are the best heart, the biggest love. You're such a good community. I always thought I was a good communicator until I met you. Now I feel like I should just be quiet.
What?
Like, I'm like, I don't really feel that way, but I'm like, you are such a good communicator, and you're so kind, and you choose your words so wisely. It really is like,
Is he being sarcastic? I can't tell.
Never met anyone like you before in any type of relationship, so I never take it like you're not harsh to me. I love your fire. You're a little Aries.
I am an
Enneagram
Aries.
8. Like, I knew what I was picking up.
Well, you did, huh?
He seems like desperate to tell her whatever she wants to hear to stay in this relationship, and I don't understand why. We haven't come to that conclusion. I'm assuming it has something to do with his ex-wife situation, and that he is gripping onto this relationship as if it's the last morsel of crumb that he has left in his life. Okay, I'm calling myself out here. I think he's an attractive guy. I think he's a good-looking guy. Like, his personality is one thing, but like his looks, I'm into it. Okay. I hate to admit, but I think he's a good looking guy. So it's not like, oh man, like he's got no potential to meet anyone else. Like, it seems like he just set his sights on her, saw what would work with her specifically, and now has just latched on like a little tick. And is not, she's got her own issues. She was manipulatable in that way. But that's how it feels. Less true love, more I'm deciding to make this work with this person for a reason that we don't understand yet. Sorry, everybody. Why are they holding mics? Because they have to report a podcast. When else are they supposed to do it? She only has 24 hours in a day to do this every other week. And this is the only moment that they had. And her hair looked so good in the parking lot. But they have dinner reservations, so that you got to just, in the nooks and crannies of your day, make sure your career is continuing. Excuse me. Arian from Gravity Falls. Thank you so much. Arian says, preach, Kia. Mr. Midlife Crisis and Miss Insecure and Narcissistic need to break up and get therapy on their own for sure. McConaughey scream, please. Of course. Always and forever. Always and forever. Where is the screaming? This is not the screaming, but.
Time for me, you, and all the nations to get us some elevation.
Woo! Here's the screaming. And here's a little poem I wrote, you guys. Specifically you, Arian.
As you laugh while you're getting ready for bed, instead of praying to God, you're praying, I'm dead.
And also,
I took a pill in Ibiza. No, I didn't take any pills.
Thank you, Arian. Oh. Whoa. Sorry, everybody. I know I have weird taste in men. Looks. They will continue to come out. You know who else I like? Chet Hanks. Yeah, let's unpack that in couples therapy. Let's unpack that one. Okay, why do I like him? I don't know. I need help. Okay.
But what's interesting is I do think it takes a very specific man and a very secure man to hear me without assuming or wanting to believe or being threatened, right? Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I'll say like that's a societal thing that women are supposed to be quiet and small, and that fits some people's personalities, men and women, and doesn't others. And it's also your responsibility as the person to try to communicate and express and take ownership for yourself the best you can, and you do that so well.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, everybody, about my Chet Hanks comment. I can't help. Love is love, and I love who I love, and I can't help myself.
It never rattles me ever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, when I talked to the therapist the first time, It was funny. I talked to him the first time, and then I went and did he's like, hey, let's make sure we're a good fit. Same therapist he's going to. We're doing the couples thing through him. He only works with couples. He's been highly, highly recommended in this area. And he only works with couples. He said if he can do a 2-day intensive to begin with. So we scheduled out the 2-day intensive, and I went after my first conversation, which I was laying it all out. I was just saying everything, right? Which I wonder if this makes me wonder if most people have a hard time saying how they feel.
I'm sure they do.
But I wasn't emotional. There were no tears. It was just very matter of fact. And, you know, and what I loved about him, let me just say what I loved about him. He said, okay, what do you want to do about this? And he said, because I don't even know if I've told you this. He said, what do you want to do about this? Because you have very high expectations because you've done a lot of work. And he said, you can continue with this. And you need to know that this thing is your superpower. You have a superpower that is creating you businesses. It's creating, like, you are a person of integrity, all these things, right? And like, you hold everyone else to the level you're at. And it's a superpower for you.
Okay. Do we believe this? What kind of therapist is this? Kiss ass, smoke up the ass therapist? I mean, therapists do gas you up, I will say, but would they say, oh, you are so much better than your partner, and that's because you've done the work, and he's below you. Are you willing to like wait for him to learn? Like, I don't think a therapist would say that. One that's got ears and eyes. But who knows? Who's to say? I don't know nothing. But I do know this. Amy, thank you so much to Amy. Amy says, Amy LX8RN to be specific, says, why do men still want to get into a relationship with Heidi? Because she's good looking, relatively. And she's fit. And she keeps them busy. And a lot of men are also toxic and don't realize it or don't want to do anything about it, in my opinion. It takes 20 minutes to find out she's nuts. So how the F does she get these men to commit? I think, I had more dating opportunities when I was nuts, honestly. People tended to like, now never long-term, never like, I mean, long-term, yes, but not like, it hasn't resulted in a marriage and like a happily ever after for myself. But dating, when you're kind of crazy, some men like it. They're like, oh, you're wacky. Let's go out again. Like, I felt like that. I had way more interest. Now, when I actually have a brain and I'm like, are you asking me questions about myself? Do you like me? Do you have things that are, like stable producing in your life? Like when you have some more standards for who you're looking to date, all of a sudden now you're annoying to them. They're like, well, when you were crazy and jumping around and going, I think I want to move to Taiwan tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that. And you're just like off the wall. I feel like they feel more comfortable maybe in some ways, at least in my experience. Who's to say?
Uh-oh. Amen. Yippee. Oh my.
Oh, why does the sky look like a grid?
All the men are like, marry me, please. Ask me more in-depth questions like that.
It looks like I'm just sitting. In reality, I'm managing lots of things. I'm feeling lots of things.
I've just healed so much.
That's Heidi. Amy, what do you think it is? And everyone else, what is your answer to Amy's question here as to why the men go crazy for a high day? I'm curious. And Kelsey Dunlevy, thank you so much to Kelsey. Kelsey says, I'm with you on Chet. He's hot. Hey, Kelsey. Taro's with us too. He thinks Chet's a catch. Now, I don't know about his personality. I can't speak for the personality, but the looks, it does it for me. I'm sorry.
My guardian angels, my spirit guides.
You know who else I like looks-wise? Shia LaBeouf.
Demon.
That is so crazy. It's like a Dementor energy.
Sorry. I'm not talking about personality or personal ethics. Just looks, purely.
The mango frequency.
Sorry again. Thank you, Kelsey. And thank you to Masha, MCUA. Thank you so much, Masha. Masha says, I think a therapist who has a 2-day intensive is not someone you can trust for real therapy. I was thinking that too. That seems very unlikely, Like, I guess therapists do groups and they do like seminars and stuff, but I feel like a 2-day intensive is kind of an odd offering, personally, especially when they're going to do one-on-one with him. and then talking to her separately and saying that she's like done all the work and she doesn't really need this. Like that's, and it's again, it's a third party, retelling of the story. So who knows what he actually said, but seems odd. I agree with you.
Little things like a private jet. I'm gonna make a lot of money one day.
You are privileged AF.
This is me speaking about myself, Masha, because you're here. Thank you so much.
A great deal of wealth is appropriate for me.
Thank you. Okay.
And also, I can guarantee you this superpower is what will and probably has burned every relationship of yours down that has been burned.
I am from Florida. Everyone should remember that. I am from Florida. I mean, I was born in Canada, but I lived there for such a short time. My dating preferences are very Florida modeled, and I apologize.
To the ground. And I'm like, ooh, this like high expectation. And he's right. If a lot of the people that I work with now, a lot of people that have worked with me for the last 10 years, decade, we've been through evolutions together.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have left me at some point, or I've parted ways from them, whatever it is. And then we have found our way back as evolved people. And I've had to like relearn how to be, because you know how I am as a boss. I have very high expectations. And I've had to like remember that those are my expectations for me. Mm-hmm. But it has burned a lot of things down. So what that guy, and he's right. Like, why
don't you hold your expectations of being a good boss? How come you don't hold those expectations of being a good boss and like a good leader? It's only expectations of other people, it seems like.
Even said, I think in a podcast before, that sometimes I worry about women who are single or go through many relationships and learn over and over. They're the nurturer, the provider, they're all these things. Are they overdeveloped to where it makes partnership difficult? Because they learn to not rely on it.
Yeah, you don't need literally anyone for anything.
And I do think that makes it hard, because I think in a relationship, people need to be needed in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she needs the validation. Come on. The therapist didn't tell you that he's validating this podcast existing? She could do this by herself, and she chooses not to at any opportunity. She wants a partner to talk about her ex-boyfriends. She wants a sounding board, and that's a need.
But I loved what he said. And he's like, hey, you can keep going in life and it's going to serve you well. But if you want to learn how to use this superpower in a way that won't ruin this relationship.
Yeah.
And I could foresee that, Ryan. I could foresee my expectations that I never want to get to a point. I'm so picky. I'm so OCD. I'm so ADHD. I'm all of the things that really can make being my child difficult. It can make being like an employee difficult. It can make being a partner difficult. And
okay, weird photo.
It can make being like an employee difficult. It can make
Why would they put this photo here? Being around me is difficult. Everyone around me finds me to be very difficult. Even at Disneyland, we're miserable. Okay.
Being a partner difficult. And I have to really watch it. So
yeah, we all do in different ways. Yeah. Also, let me say this. You know what's the phrase, the saying, like,
c'est la vie.
What?
Les incompétents. Just kidding.
What?
Aren't those sayings in French? What is it saying?
No, what's the phrase? Like you are a product, or you become what your 5 closest people are?
You were the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around.
Heard that forever, like a lot of people have. Always thought about it.
That's why you have to be at masterminds every weekend and spend millions of dollars to be next to Grant Cardone. So you could be the average of him and the other people who are in the Hyatt Ballroom in Des Moines. I've been telling you guys.
And I've always had people close to me that there's some parts that I would love to be like and emulate. And then I've always felt like there's a gap around me, always, until now, a year ago, where there's like someone around, someone in my circle at some point has to be no one's responsible for me, but like we all push and grow each other if we allow it. And so I think about this all the time. Like, I'm so glad that you and all that you
I'm getting the light from their car now.
are one of my 5 people, because I would love to be the average of what you are.
Pull into that
In a
parking
lot
lot.
of ways.
My God, he is laying this shit on thick, boy. You are laying this on like an ice cream layer cake from Caravel, Mr. Whale. You're laying it on like it's going out of style, Ryan. She's not gonna like it. She's not gonna like you more. Actually, she will, temporarily. But it's not gonna make her nicer to you, I don't think, by spewing this at her. She likes to hear it, and it's the bare minimum to her. But it will need to be more and more and more and more, and it'll never be satisfying. It's like gambling. Gotta get more, more, more. Thank you so much, LCV Maddox. Thank you so much. This is a preemptive before I even read this.
That's suspiciously like $500.
Thank you. LCV Maddox says, difference here is that Heidi is pushing 50, yet still going after messy, equally stunted, mediocre guys. And hers and their kids suffer for it. All this yuck could be kept offline and out of their children's lives. Hey, I am with you 1,000%. I think the putting it online is bizarre and weird. And it really does become the third polycule member in their relationship, is the public's opinion, Reddit's opinion, what people are commenting and DMing her about them, because this is so much her entire brand, her entire lifestyle that's stressing her out so much, is what is going on with her and Ryan, at least what she shares publicly. Because again, half of the relationship is fake and half of it's real that they tell you about later. And all these couples do this. They all lie to your face and say everything's fine, buy this teeth whitener, and then 6 months later they go, 6 months ago we were fighting every day, it was horrible, we were beating each other up in the backyard, and like I got bruises that I hid with my Monate hair skincare, it's amazing, you should buy it. And they all change their tune, and then a year from now it'll be the same thing. Like a year ago we were in a horrible place, and secretly we did all this stuff that no one knew about. It's like, don't you think that's disingenuous? And the answer is yes, it is disingenuous, but that's the business.
18 stinking dollars.
We've been down this road before, obviously. And will they stop themselves before it gets too deep? I mean, they already are having the kids in pictures with them and going to events with the kids and traveling with the kids, at least on her side. I don't know about his side, but they're already involved. This is like the fifth man in the last 5 years that they've had around, which, not great in my eyes as a outside viewer. And again, you're inviting me into your life. If you want my opinion, which they don't, of course, they don't want our opinion, they just want our undivided loyalty. If you want my opinion, kids don't do well with a new man every 6 months or a new man every 2 years, that, you bring their kids into the mix and now you got them and now you're broken up. Now you never see that kid again. It's like, that's sucks personally. But anyways,
They're going to be dropping some really powerful, amazing, life-changing shiz.
Wayne Smith says, Kia's pushing 50. How dare you? But kind of. I'm pushing 40, okay? Thank you, LCB Maddox. And also,
she cleans the toilets.
And also,
A rectal insertion.
gross. They did not meet on Hinge, allegedly. They met on the DMs on Instagram because they were both ChatGPT fans. And she showed us the screenshots multiple times now, so it's real. Anyways, thank you.
The one I just missed.
It's not right. You guys, this restaurant is the best on the planet. I was so sad. Like a year ago, they closed it down. It's called Durant's in Phoenix. You enter through the kitchen. Sorry, we're pulling up right now for a friend's birthday party. Speaking of going out with friends. Wait, let's flip around so we have good light on our face for the end of this.
We hate our friends.
Actually, let's park to the back over there. It's better over there. It's closer to the kitchen entrance. But you enter through the kitchen and they have just the best. Oh, we're in the wrong. It's okay. We can go through there. Just park right here.
My love.
They have the best strawberry shortcake on the planet. I'm so excited. I took Maddox here right before he went on his
I do love a strawberry shortcake. I cannot lie.
mission. Okay, so about the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. Yeah, who do you think you spend the most time around? Who are you the average of?
These days, it's changed a lot.
These days,
A
it's
couple of
you,
my
baby.
kids and you and your kids.
A couple of your kids? Sorry, I gotta go back. So who does he hang around with? Who does she hang around with? Her kids and this guy. And whatever guy comes next. Okay, sorry. It's being mean. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, who do you think you spend the most time around? Who are you the average of?
These days, it's changed a lot. A couple of my kids and you and your kids.
How many kids does he have? If you can say a couple of them I hang out with. He's got 4 as well. That would be rich.
Even
Me and my, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's my circle.
Yeah,
I have some friends that I see occasionally, but not like that. But you know, even a couple of my friends that I do see, I'm glad I'm the average of some of what they are. You know, so yeah. And it's interesting. I'm sure this will come up this week. Oh, let me just say too, I like the idea of what we're doing this week as I like that he does it that way. That it's not. It's like a workshop. It feels like a relationship workshop that we're about to do.
Yeah, I'm actually really interested and really excited.
It's really cool. Yeah, but I was telling him, I'm like, you know, one of my things in a relationship, in different types of relationships, is like losing who I am to like perform good enough. And because I'm a chameleon and I can do it, to take on like what I need to be for them to get love and acceptance and to be wanted. And that's so big for me to know what's that line between pushing yourself to be the best Ryan that I can be in all the ways that I'm Ryan, and grow. I don't always want to be the same me forever. Like I want to be different in different ways. I want to learn new things. I want to be able to like experience and expand into things that I don't even. It's like the circles you teach. Like I don't even know that I don't know.
Yeah, like the dot is.
Like I want to push into that area forever as far as I can without giving up the
Abandoning
core
who you are.
pieces of me, because that is like a hallmark of my entire life. Like just and then I'm pissed at the person, at myself.
Yeah.
So I think this stuff is awesome, and I'm not you, and I don't want to be you, respectfully.
Sometimes I want you to.
I know you do. Yeah, that's why like you say this all the time. You wish you just had 10 Heidis, because then everything would be perfect.
She's saying it with a smile and a laugh, but I think she really believes it. And I think he knows that she really believes it too. Like I could just date myself and everything would be better. And she kind of was dating the male version of herself, looks-wise at least, with Chris. That was as close as she could get. Anyways.
Business, everything we
But
get
can
done.
you imagine how high stress my life would be if,
Yeah, it'd be
if you were Heidi part 2?
Yeah, so that's what's like
I would
cool.
never rest.
No, like I don't want to be you, and I don't want to like.
Oh, she's pissed. Don't say that, babe. You should want to be me. The therapist told me so. I have healed and I'm holy and I'm the best. What do you mean you don't want to be me?
We're not a cult.
Replicate you or imitate you. I want to be like the best all of me and join with you in that.
My kids wouldn't want a second Heidi.
They like Ryan.
They would not like my boyfriend. If it was a second Heidi, they love me because I'm their mom and because we have fun. But they need that softness. Those kids freaking love you.
I love them.
They do.
They're amazing.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Should we go share a fillet?
Yeah,
and a
let's go share
cheesecake?
fillet. Well, no, strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake is
It's
what I meant to say.
really good.
He
Why do I
doesn't
think
listen. Mr. Therapist, he doesn't listen to me. I said strawberry shortcake and he said cheesecake. He hates me. He's not as perfect as me. What do? I need help.
I wonder how this podcast is going to sound. My hair
It's
looks
cool.
so
Did
good.
it still record?
Look.
My hair looks so good. That's why we did it this way.
Look.
Oh my God.
So, real quick.
Part 2.
What about my hair? Who wore it better? Me or Heidi? Do blondes really have more fun, or is that a myth? Answer in the comments below.
Should be like this Friday night when the intensive's done. When the workshops done.
We also could wake up tomorrow morning. I'm having a really hard time finding times to record a podcast. We could wake up tomorrow morning and record the long distance one.
Yeah.
Because guys, there really were a lot of specific questions going on, like coming to us about how we make long distance relationships work. But should we do Thursday night or Friday after the intensive?
Let's see how the days go. I'm sure they're going to be great.
Maybe what we do is we do a Thursday night and a Friday night and we mesh it together. We do like 25 minutes of.
Yeah. Give yourself no time for reflection. Immediately monetize. I mean, there's no money being made from this podcast, let's be honest, but immediately contentize for your viewers for sure.
Both.
That'd
so
be
then
great.
one episode you actually hear this hair looks so fucking good. Can't even stand it. So listen, I got this
so fucking hot. Shia LaBeouf could be so lucky.
Thing called the volume. First of all, I have not colored my hair. Look at that. Since
It looks
October.
so good. It's like such a pretty natural color. It's
Thanks,
so thick
but
now too.
It looks good the first.
Give me a break, Ryan. You gotta get out of her ass. You gotta let her breathe. It's gonna get moldy down there. You gotta give her some space away from her ass. You can't kiss it that hard. On one car ride, it's gonna be moldy.
Day, but day 2 and beyond. And so this is day 1. But I got this really cool thing called the volume. We really should make them a sponsor.
Let's reach out.
How do you get sponsors on your podcast, guys? And I don't know everything.
But she is perfect and has so many businesses.
But this volume, so it's like a little crimper that at the base of your hair, you barely tap it. You just kind of section your hair off and look at how much volume my hair has.
Shake it out. You looked me the other day in that reel.
That was cute. Okay, should we go in and do steak?
Do a friend night
What's
that
the
we just
moral of
talked
the story?
about.
What do we want to leave everyone with?
I think the moral of the story for me is we're doing the thing that we said we wanted to do when we first met. Which is like the next relationship I get in at this point in my life has to begin with tools.
Yeah.
And yet they're a year and 2 months in, and this is the first time they're in therapy, and they're doing a 2-day, not a consistent thing. So I guess you don't have integrity, as you guys would claim. The integrity that you seek is it's still elusive in your lives. It seems like to me.
Like, I don't want to just navigate this by myself.
Yeah.
And all the parts that aren't, it's fascinating when you meet a new person, parts of you that haven't come out maybe ever before or for a long time.
Yeah.
That show up and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, I think the moral of the story for me, I love all that you said. What is fascinating to me is how people can go. Thanks, babe.
So jacked.
But how people can go their whole lives.
Also, your eyelashes. I've never seen eyelashes like that before. And also your lips, so supple and sweet. And also your shirt. I've never seen a shirt like that. So good.
And be afraid of help, be afraid of therapy, or have the misconception that it's when things are broken. I can't imagine who I'd be or where I'd be. Yes, I could. I would be just as sad.
Yeah.
I would be lost.
I cannot imagine how I'd feel. Yes, I can. I would be sad. Girl, you're fighting with yourself.
I'd be insecure. I would not love who I am, just like I didn't used to. I would probably still be on the prowl for men, just not because I even wanted men, but because I wanted acceptance. I would have no voice.
If she didn't do what? I missed that. If she didn't meet Ryan? Yeah, we know. We know that's true. That's not a good thing to say.
I know it would have impacted my kids. My kids are so amazingly well adjusted right now. They're young. So, I mean, that can change and shift.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had not dove in, and halfway through our marriage, mine and Chris's, I dove into therapy, but really after he and I split, like all in, I feel like it's all I did, you know?
And by therapy, I mean cold plunging in my backyard.
I'm just grateful. And I love so much being in a relationship with someone who's so willing to dive in with me
I love it.
and wanting.
Yeah, my biggest fear isn't doing that. My biggest fear is like, what if I don't know how to do it?
Oh,
when I'm shown the ways, like, what if I don't know how or I can't? That goes back to my, can I like be good enough and like, which makes me want to perform, you know?
Well, okay.
Diving in, like I love sitting with someone and be like, can you tell me what's wrong with me, please? I like this idea.
Heidi's like, yeah, but nothing is wrong with me. So I'm glad that you think that way, because the therapist already told me I'm perfect. So you do need him to sit down with you and tell you your flaws one by one, and then how to please me, which is what you're trying to avoid, but also what you should be doing.
Please.
Like, I don't think that there's anything you need to do, though. There's nothing you need to do.
Awareness creates all the momentum and the beginning points of everything. Being aware is where it begins. So I agree with that. That's just the fear.
I know. I'll say this, though. There's like, and you know this, there's nothing to fix in you.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So which one is it, girl? Is he perfect too or not? There's nothing to fix. Well, it sounds like you're trying to fix him. And it's okay. That doesn't mean that it's okay to have things to fix. We all do. And fix is like the same as heal. It's like, is there ever an end point to healing? Is there ever an end point to fixing? No, I don't think so. It's part of the human evolution, because as soon as you fix a problem, a new one pops up. You got to solve that. That's what we thrive to do. So I don't think it makes you feel better to say, oh, my boyfriend has nothing to fix. If he thinks he has something to fix, let him fix it. I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm pretty perfect.
There's nothing to fix in you, just on you. Just kidding.
Just like the way I behave and the things I do and the way I make decisions.
Okay, let's go eat. We're late.
Yeah, kiss.
Okay, bye guys.
Kiss for
Love you
me.
all. We'll be back with post-therapy talk.
They never make it back. That's the last episode they ever had. Oh, man. Okay, to match up the dates with this, because that was their most recent video. I remember seeing something about this restaurant. Now, did they post it on her story, or did they post a post about it? The story you've been waiting for. This is so crazy. Here? This is his birthday, May. Now, it's got to be June. No. 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 Is this the bar? Let's see. I've seen this before. I've seen this exact image before with a different man. But I'm glad that we're getting it again. You know, love comes in waves, as you can see is evidenced from behind them. I'm trying to find their restaurant photo. Oh, that's good. She must be having a ketamine day. Or something. Okay, and then more AI. Good. She really wants him to have hair. She wants him to have hair and abs because there's some suspected AI going on, obviously in this, right? And then she posted one of them together. This one? No. Where he has fake abs. And I think it's fake. Because... Oh yeah, here's him. This is what she's talking about. I want to date Heidi, my twin. And they said, bet, as the kids say. They actually did a pretty good job. I mean, good makeup skills, good hairline skills. It's all good. And let's see the final shot again. I mean, I'm pretty impressed, to be honest. Where is this fake ab photo? I saw it. This one? Did I already look here? Yeah. This isn't real, I don't think. I think somebody put this photo into an AI thing and said, give this man abs. I'm sorry to say, I don't think he's that jacked. Unfortunately, just based on the other photos. He could be. But I feel like if he was, he'd be... Because, look, okay. That's more reasonable. But that's not the same guy. And again, who cares? But very weird that you're AIing your boyfriend's body and hair. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does have secretive abs. And in case you guys were wondering who Chet Hanks is, I'll show you all my celebrity crushes. Ready? Now, you're going to tell me that you think that he's unattractive? You're going to tell me. Wow. Wow. Okay. You're going to tell me. Again, not about personality, not about their history. You're going to tell me that is not attractive? I dated a guy in high school because he had a somewhat similar look to Shia LaBeouf. I think I've said that before. And apparently the World Cup's going on outside my door. Somebody won something, and we're really happy about it. Go team! Wow, you hear that? There's a literal party outside in the street, and I feel like I need to be there. Let's see. World Cup. What's going on right now? Oh, poor Scotland. What team won? Tell me. Someone tell me. What's going on? I need help. Games now. Morocco, Haiti. Scotland, Brazil. Bosnia, Qatar. Switzerland, Canada. South Korea, South Africa. Czech, Mexico. I don't know. I guess we'll never know what people outside think because I'm not out there. Morocco just won. Okay, there you go. Congrats, Morocco! Yay! Okay. Well, they're doing great. Morocco's doing great. I don't follow the World Cup very closely. I'm a fair weather fan, but I have gotten involved since it's been on here and there, you know. I do enjoy watching a little bit more now. And I like the cheering and the chanting and the screaming and the jubilance. Anyways, so thank you for watching. I feel like I learned very minimal, but I'm glad that we might have to do a follow-up, unfortunately. Maybe this weekend, if they post before the weekend's over. We can do an extra bonus therapy part 1. I'm sure they'll break it into 7 parts. Review of what's next, because they are my favorite couple. And Rachel's being boring as hell. Rachel has posted once on her secret channel or whatever on Instagram, and she basically is just like, forgive my hair, it's because I've been working on my book and you guys should read it when it comes out. And did you know that I have a husband who lives in England? Okay, this is also, let's just look it up. Hold on. Let's just give Rachel her flowers. You know? Let's see. Says she updates her bio once a week, so there's always something going on. Says, howdy, I'm off to finish the next book. In the meantime, I release a new podcast every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday if you're looking for some groovy motivation. And unfortunately, on the desktop version, I cannot look up her other videos, but... And she hasn't sent out... She sent out one Sunday email in the last, month, and she's really said, I'm working on my book. That's why I can't show you guys. Okay. Maybe so. Here, I'm going to play this little video. I don't have the cord, so I'll just play it through audio. Ready?
Proof of life. Number 1, here I am. Number 2, still editing a book. Number 3, I did cut my hair. It's not styled, obviously, because I've just been writing, but it's a vibe. When I do it, it's a vibe. I am jumping in because today's episode of the podcast I think is really good, and it's specifically aimed at anybody who tends to have anxious thoughts, who tends to think that life is going to go horribly awry, or just all the things that voice in our head tells us is going to happen. It is a motivational episode, but particularly for anybody who has anxious thoughts based on past experiences. So today's episode is called What If It's Better? What if it turns out better than you hope? And I hope that it's helpful to anybody who needs like just a little, it's gonna be okay kind of energy today. Love you guys. Proof of life. Number 1.
So that was from 2 days ago. So she's really not, posting very often these days. And you know what? Again, probably for the best. When there's nothing to say nothing. That is the mantra I think all influencers should address. I have not seen Kira. I saw some Kira something talk show clips. Just me. It's just my videos. Oh God, 55 views. Lord. Lived Truth Productions. Okay. Wow. Single mom to multimillionaire. The story I've never told. 52 views. Heidi Powell and my 20-year friendship. The untold story. What is this company that sold her this package to fake a talk show? I unfortunately don't have an hour and 53 minutes. Who is in this audience? Who are they going like this to? Who is there? No one's there, right? JB, great question. Very relevant question. JB says, Kia, did you watch Kira's fake TV show with Heidi? No. Fireworks, I hope.
Oh, okay. Cult.
I don't know anything more cultish than that.
We have a lot of really great friends from Canada.
One of the things that fascinates me about you is that you're from Canada.
I got about 30 minutes until I got to meet my friend who's moving out of town. For a final serenade before she heads home. Back to Florida. This is a friend who we both serendipitously moved out of Florida to the city in which I live now. And she's moving back. Damn it! Now I don't have the average of her in my 5-person group. Literally, Taro I spend the most time with, who technically is not human. Technically, she's more sponge than human. And so beyond her, I spend time with my Zoom and my friend, and that's it. So I'm just the average of some zero game.
Show up at his house.
That's for you, JB.
I'm sorry you're upset.
We'll watch like 5 minutes. How about? We'll get a little teaser, and we can always watch it again. Let's see. Let's just get a vibe check of this show that has 10 subscribers. I won't subscribe. It'll show up if I subscribe. Comments turned off. Amazing. Love to see it. Okay, when two best friends go all the way. Oh, what does that mean? Into the depths, of their stories, magic gets uncovered and lives get changed. Welcome to Lived Mastery, a talk show with Kira Brinton.
Welcome.
Okay, the microphone doesn't work. Got it. Awesome. Let's see. This must cost $10,000 to do this for no good reason. Okay, let's see.
Welcome back to Lived Mastery, a talk show based off of lived truth. We will have masters sitting with me every single episode telling their stories.
I hope there's another mic. Like, you got to balance the audio, girl.
When they almost quit and they didn't. All the stories that you haven't heard yet that are going to inspire you to believe that anything is possible. And today is our first guest. And
she could be a host of something. lifestyle show or something. She's got some charisma.
I'm so excited to introduce our first guest to you. So I'm going to introduce her here. But before I do, I want to just tell you the rules of the talk show. Okay, so here are the rules. The rules is that every time I'm going to start this talk show with a dance party.
Okay, Ellen.
And the rule is...
Ellen, I thought we took you off the air. Dance party, my ass.
That you get to dance with us because we're going to put you up on the screen behind me so I can see you dancing in your house. That means screens on, my friends. Throw your screens on. And after I have introduced Heidi, we're going to meet her on the red carpet. Are you guys ready? Let me tell you a little bit about Heidi here. So Heidi is a New York Times bestseller, which... I just need to pause for a second. As a publisher, as an author, I've written 7 books. We've published hundreds of books in the world. It is really hard to become a New York Times bestseller. So we're just going
to I beg to differ. And that's actually not selling your course.
Stop on that for a minute. Heidi is a New York Times bestseller. She also is a wellness entrepreneur, a podcast host of Heidi's Lane. She is an on-camera transformational expert. She has built a multi-million-dollar company as a mother of 4.
What's a multi-million-dollar company? My ass. Transform? She didn't do that. This is my hair if I was Kira. Hey guys! I'm here. You better be dancing. And I'm also a medium. And I'm going to channel from above that if you're not dancing the chicken dance when I get my bestie friend up here, then you're fricked. I'm going to tell my angels in hell to come and haunt you if you don't get on your freaking Zoom screen and dance like there's no tomorrow.
She was the co-host and lead transformational expert on Extreme Weight Loss. I know you guys watched that show. It was a 5-season primetime series on ABC. She also has...
she was only on it for the 1 season, then it got canceled. But that's a small note. Side note. Not important.
Created the Transform app, and now she is founding a groundbreaking women's wellness brand.
Oh, God.
But most of
That's
all...
new.
Oh, she is one of my best friends.
She's gonna cry.
And we have been best friends since we were 19. So it's been a bit. And I'm so excited.
Last time I heard, I thought they weren't talking for like 20 of those years. We've been friends for 19 years, and for 20, we were disconnected.
That she's going to sit here with us, and we're going to go deep together. And I promise you that this episode is going to change your life. Yeah. So, are you ready to meet Heidi? Yes? Meet me on the red carpet. Let's go. Put those cameras on, guys. Here we go.
Hell yeah, go!
Oh, okay.
Where are you? I need to see you. Where's the camera?
But you didn't. You kept going when your heart was broken.
I can't have this music on here, Kira. Okay, wait. Here she comes. I'm just gonna mute it for 1 second. She's coming out, you guys! Zoom out!
You kept going when nobody understood.
What are we gonna do? We just dance all the way down.
All the way down?
All the way down. This is our red carpet moment.
Wait, the Elaine. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, wait.
I don't think you're supposed to see the hotel lobby that you got this going in on. I don't think you're supposed to see that table in the back. Whoever this camera guy is, you need to zoom into their faces better. God. Maybe we should have watched this instead. The true couple. The real couple of the hour, Kira and Heidi. Mock was here. Mock was here. Thank you. Or Mac. Mac or Mock? Let me know. Thank you so much. I'm obsessed with these wellness grifters wearing mics that don't work and are barely just for show. Why is this so common? Because somebody told them in a mastermind that they need this microphone, but they don't understand that it's not just the microphone itself being in the shot that's going to make them viral. They don't realize that they need to be heard and that they actually have something, they need to have something to say. And I think the lower down the totem pole of grifter you are, the less likely you are to have someone that's going to plug it in for you. You know? I ruined it. It was so cute for a second. This is my emo phase. Don't tell me what to do, Mom. God. Sucks being here. Freaking hate living here. Freaking hate this town of Cincinnati, Ohio. Freaking sucks. Thank you, Mock was here.
Fuck all men.
Biohacking is the use of technology to manipulate.
Oh no. My hair's falling out. Mock was here. Thank you so much. And also,
You are not required to get the flu this year.
there you go. Dance, dance, dance. They're having so much fun. They're having so much fun. It's so fun.
Oh, we got Karen right there. There we are.
Yes! Woo! How fun is that? Let's go, Julie!
Turn on your camera.
Let's go, Jeannie!
There's Mona.
Oh, I love it. Let's go!
How do you salsa? There's the dance party.
Heidi.
Wow, you girls. You're crazy for that. Arian from Gravity Falls, thank you so much. Arian says, how much for you to cut bangs on stream? $10,000. I got one thing going for me, and it's my hair. Let me tell you. I got one thing going for me, and it's this. Okay. I'm just going to tuck this in.
Nobody blames the egg.
Seriously. Arian from Gravity Falls.
Grandma has lung cancer. Textbook example of cancel culture.
Yeah, if you guys can fundraise 10 grand, I'll cut my hair off.
The medical industry is involved with why eggs are bad.
That's just a little information for y'all. Thank you, Arian.
Are you ready?
Okay, so there it is.
Look at all these beautiful people.
Hi, guys.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
So happy to see all of you today.
Hello.
I'm breathing heavy from that.
Me too. Let's take a minute.
I don't do enough cardio. This Fit Over 40 program I'm doing is resistance training only.
I love it.
I'm kidding.
Heidi, I just want to say, I love that you are my first guest. Because 3 years
So
ago,
out of
I got
breath.
to be your first guest on your podcast.
Yeah.
How fun is this?
Well, I feel like it's amazing, but I mean, it's not even fair to say you were the first guest. You were like the spark and the engine behind the podcast. So naturally, you were the first guest, and the second and the third, and like the 10th and the 15th and the 20th.
It was the best.
This is so cool.
I know.
I love this. I love this little setup right here.
I know.
I love that I can see people's faces.
Me too. Yeah.
I
It's so
love.
I saw no one's face. Also, does my hair look like I'm from the Lollipop Guild? No. Tara says no.
You did so good.
Thank you.
It's so big and professional. What?
I know. When we were grounding in, all of a sudden I looked over at her. I was like, remember when we were nursing babies together? Did we ever think that we would be mic'd up in a studio doing a talk show?
Could you imagine if we had like sat our husbands at the time down and we're like, listen, someday we're going to be doing a talk show together, mic'd up, cameras everywhere, people on Zoom. Never.
No.
Never.
Not a second. Not a second. Oh. So I feel like we need to tell everyone a little bit about how we met. I think that that's always a good story.
Am I allowed to cross my legs on this couch?
You're
if I
allowed
want to?
whatever you
Okay,
like.
good.
This
Okay.
is the whatever we need to do. Also, these chairs are so much better than yesterday's
Yeah,
chairs.
they are.
Just acknowledge that.
All right, we're going to go like this.
There we
This
go.
is why I do my podcast on a couch, because I
know.
feel like I can just cozy
Feels
up.
better.
Yeah.
Or better.
So we met, I will always remember the day we met. It was at, I don't think I've ever said this, it was at a church building.
I don't remember the day we met.
I do, because you drove up in your yellow bug.
Wait,
Silver.
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 Why did
Isn't
he
it
use
funny
yellow?
how like our
My
mind?
brain.
Okay, so I drove up in my silver Beetle.
Yep.
Yes.
You had a beetle bug.
Like the newer style.
Oh, I loved
yeah.
it. And I was like, who is this girl?
Who is
And
this
was I married or were we dating?
I don't think you guys were married
yeah, we weren't.
yet.
Yeah, I
when
was
we met.
dating
one.
who ended up becoming my husband. Were you married? No, you were
No,
not married.
we got married after you guys.
Yeah, so you were dating your then-to-be husband.
So we met at a church building.
We met at
Wait,
a church
this is
building.
hilarious.
And our boyfriends were best friends.
Yes.
And so just by law, we got to hang out together. But then we became solid friends at that time. And I ended up buying your condo. It was the first condo we ever owned was your condo.
Can you believe that we bought condos at that age, Kira? I was wait.
Have you ever heard of generational wealth? Wait. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it is kind of crazy, girl. Okay, I need to stop calling people girls. I'm sorry. That's my internal misogyny. My bad.
Our kids' ages. They're
Yeah.
like buying and selling condos.
Yeah, you were selling a condo, and I was like, I think we were 20, 21 maybe.
Yeah.
When we bought that condo
Yeah.
from you, because I
Yeah.
wasn't even pregnant. So yeah, young ones buying each other's condos, and then why don't you tell a little bit about like what the journey, like how has the journey been like for you, and then I'll share how the journey has been like for me, and over all of these years, because it's been a bit. I mean,
Wow.
I am
yeah.
over 40, so.
I know. It's like where do we even start with that? Because hold on, let me fix my pants.
I do like this look on Heidi, black on black, like military sergeant look. Looks good.
I just did a podcast on this the other day.
Oh,
I think it actually came out today, but I barely recognize that version of me that I was back then. And same, when I look at you, it's so hard sometimes to comprehend that we are the same people. Like we're totally evolved people, but to know that was like the bud. We were like budding.
By the way, the mics were not fixed.
Flowers who were still closed up at that time, and that's how we were. We were so like closed and shy, and I mean, in that place, I had no idea what I was about to go through over the course of my life. But it's just, without going too deep, I'll let you kind of pick and tell me where you want to stop. But
yeah.
Having two kids, raised very, I don't even want to say very religious, but raised in religious culture.
Yeah.
Very loosely raised in religious culture, which I'm grateful for, because it allowed me to kind of appreciate people, whether they were religious or not. But there still is like a certain way of being that I feel like I was expected to be, whether it was expectation from my dad or my parents or just society in general. But having two kids at a very young age, I remember I felt so old back then.
Yeah.
I felt old having kids, having my first at 23, and felt behind because my mom was 18, And so it's like I had kids, I worked, I always, you know this.
I know.
I have always provided, always, from day one. It's never, I've never known anything different. But yeah, I'm just going from job to finally settling into real estate, which was amazing. But during that whole time, it's like I'm married, I'm having kids. I had been struggling with a decade-long, from about 15 to maybe 28, 29, 30.
Yeah.
I had a terrible eating disorder, and it all for me was kind of just rooted in probably not feeling like enough. I mean, there's been so much work done since. So that marriage ended.
I feel like we need to pause for a second.
Let's pause.
Because even though we have danced in each other's lives for over 20 years, there'd be years that we actually didn't talk. And
Yeah.
it wasn't like because we were mad at each other.
That's what I remembered. See, I knew it.
Life just went along,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so, there were these gaps.
There's no-
One thing that we've never talked about
Yeah.
is your eating disorder.
Have we never talked about this, Kira?
I think because we've had too many like divorces and heartaches to like actually have that conversation.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
think this is fascinating because I don't know this story.
Girl, I could tell you every detail. I've heard it 4,000 times, and I'm not convinced she's not still actively in one. And that's her business to decide. But there's some bizarre, tips she's given out over the years about, if you want to fill your stomach, you should chew on broccoli and fill your lungs with air or whatever. I don't know what she's talking about. Eat a donut bite and then, eat something else immediately. I don't know. It seems a little still not super healed again, personally. This is a fake show for sure. This is something that she's paid for at a hotel somewhere, and she's decided for some reason she wants to be Dean Graziosi 2.0. She's probably paying for coaching from Dean Graziosi, and he's telling her, you need to have your own talk show. And the way to do it is to hire the guys who I hired and now own, and they'll do it for, $50,000, and you can, make clips from it, and people will believe that you're a real TV host. And unfortunately, this is not going to work out for her.
And so what would you, I just know like to be a woman is such a battle, but I feel like more now so because it kind of feels like everyone is now skinny. Like it feels like
we're back.
It does.
Yeah.
It feels like, I mean, with all the different things out there,
as if you weren't out there promoting that on your shows and in your content for years for everyone to get skinny. Come on.
There's just such a pressure to be perfect and skinny, and this conversation I think is more important than ever. So why don't you take us down? What did that decade look like for you?
Yeah, I think what's interesting to kind of start with is I felt like for a while society had moved away from rail thin being healthy, right? Like or being the ideal. I think that growing up, you probably remember this. It was Us Weekly magazines, People magazines, it was like Kate Moss.
What? JB says her latest email wants you to pay $15,000 to be a guest on this dumb show. You know who we're going to see on here is the book or the psychiatrist girlfriend. What's her name? Kendra. She'll pay. She'll be on the show. I gotta tell you this story about this guy who's in love with me. He's my doctor. You got 2 hours? Here, let's go. Part 1.
Moss was on the cover, or whoever was so paper thin. And my parents were both in really great shape, always. My dad was like Mr. Clean. He was big, muscly, fit, always lifting weights, bringing me to the gym, not because he ever thought anything was wrong with me, but because in his life, I get it, as a parent, as a human, when something works for us, when we know something.
Okay, the defense of her parents' toxic behavior continues.
Brings us joy and has us feel good and makes us, gives vitality. We naturally want everyone to do it. And so my parents, raised in a generation where health and wellness was never even talked about. It wasn't. They were kind of the pioneers of going to the gym early. They were of lifting weights, not doing jazzercise or aerobics. My mom lifted heavy weights. They knew the benefits of resistance training. They had an anti-aging doctor. They were doing peptides and hormones and Kira, when I was after high school, my parents in their 30s and 40s were doing this. What? 30 years ago. It was all.
Okay, but I don't know about her mom, but were they the picture of health? Because he died fairly early in life, didn't he? Relative. So I don't think this is something we should be like, yeah, they were so healthy. Nothing bad happened from doing these illegal substances, perhaps. I don't know if they're illegal, but off-market substances.
Always on the down low because they're like, oh, a lot of research isn't out, but this is where it's going.
Wow.
And so they were into all of that always. So naturally, they're like, kids, we want you to feel good, bringing us to the gym.
Okay, I think I'm gonna be done. I don't have enough energy to break down how incorrect this is and like how she's trying to change history to make her parents sound better than they were. And sometimes it seems like she'll tell the story, because I've heard the story 4,000 times. She'll tell the story with some insight and some, my parents were like, you know, manipulating me and my brothers to perform a certain way, and they were punishing us to, you know, because we had chips once, you know, like it seemed a little bit more clear. And now it's like, well, they just really loved me and they loved going to the gym and being healthy, and that's why they forced us to go to the gym with them at 5 a.m. That's why they turned away when I was, you know, 2 pounds and struggling, and they didn't do anything about it. That's why, because they just love me. It's like, okay, the denial is strong, and we've all been there. I was in denial about my life for many years, and it sucks. It's hard, but that's what therapy's all about. Once again, to go back to where we started, therapy, it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. You should all check it out. You should all check it out. Better to spend $15,000 on therapy for the next 10 years than to go pay to be on the show that has 10 subscribers. Which one will I pick? Which one would be better for me? I don't really know, but I know that it's time to wrap, because I gotta get the heck out of here and bid my friend adieu. One last time. Shout out Michelle. Hey, I don't think she watches this stream. I tell people I have a YouTube channel, but I don't guide them there. You know, if they come across it or they want to look it up, I give them the tools, but I don't force them. You can't drag a horse to a water hole to make them drink from this fountain. You know what I mean? Let that old saying goes. So I don't think she watches. But if you do, shout out Michelle. It's been great hanging out with you. Okay. Can I do Kira's application and discovery call? That would be hilarious. I'm scared to do that. I'm scared. Wait.
I'm scared.
Because I think she might know who I am, perhaps. If Heidi knows who I am, Kira might know who I am, and then she'll call the police on me for trying to be famous and to become a book influencer. Okay, time to sing. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. If they go to therapy and make it through this weekend of a relationship, then we'll come back and watch it again. And then we got to find other topics. Also, question for you to ponder. Would you guys be pissed if I turn this into a John Benet Ramsey detective channel? I have some interest in that. I have a lot of thoughts. I've been reading the book, A Death of Innocence, that the Ramsey parents put out in the 90s, and it's given me thoughts, and I'm like, I don't think anyone's talked about this case. I don't think anyone's talked about this case in depth, and I feel like I have the hyperfixation thing or obsessive personality thing, and I'm not saying it like in a psychological way, but like I just really can latch on to topics and be very involved in them for years, and I'm like, maybe like a true crime kind of case could be entertaining. What do you think? I'd be pissed if you didn't. Thank you, Lauren. I do think what the case needs is a total reset. And I went through a period of time, like a year and a half ago before I moved, where I was spending several hours a day looking up like old articles and names and stuff going on, and like I think I could really latch on to a new thing. Hollisville will always be my like first love, of course, but I'm just, you know, I don't know, I'm just like maybe a little bored of it, you know, like I just want to like be more helpful with the way that my brain functions. Maybe I could be more helpful. Anyways, thank you for your support. Okay, I might try. We might, because I think it would work very well in stream form and then cutting them into video form, like different parts of the case, because there is so much. And I have a biased take, of course. I have my thoughts on it, but I'm open-minded enough where I'm like, I could be totally wrong. I could be persuaded away from my initial thoughts. So we'll get to that. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for the support. Yeah, the Dr. Phil interview, that's what kind of got me back into it, I think, with the brother. So there's so much historic footage that's out there now of like old interviews and stuff. And like, I'm deep invested into this stuff. Like, I will fly to Colorado if I have to. I don't care. You know, like I would love to do a deep dive thing where getting more involved could be helpful, not hurtful. Potentially, because we want to solve it, right? That's the goal. So anyways. Okay, on that note, time to sing. Toodaloo. See you next time. Bye. Ooh, yeah. We're gonna go in reverse. I love cats, meow. 55. Tyra Banks told us to smize. Gracie Charlie loves cats in hats. Dr. Seuss is my friend. Clock that. Bone Palace Ballet 94. Knock, 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 knock on heaven's door. That's a song that I sing all night long. Olive Harbor, what's your barber? Do you have a beard or a mustache? Hannah Lulu 7, what's your thoughts on Chet Hanks? He's so dreamy, like a guy from heaven. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? Don't lie to me. Rebelette Fuentes. I went to the dentist. No, I didn't. I lied. I never brushed my teeth. I like to suck on candy, then go right to sleep. Rabba Gabor. Do you want to hear some more about my dentistry practices? I got more to say. Floss is our enemy. Fluoride in the water is making us all gay. Lillian Massey. I want to go on a tacky. Just kidding, I would never do that. I'm a non-violent pacifist. Unless I gotta raise my fist. In that case, I guess I'm okay with it. Sometimes you just gotta punch. I have a hunch that Alaska Tundra is from Alaska and has seen some tundra in their life. I'm just guessing that they could cut the snow with a knife. Ooh, yes, life is strife. Nicole Campbell, I want to tell you about Dr. Phil's scandal. We should talk to him and about him, 'cause he, of course, came from Oprah. I had so much Cobra. And then Dr. Phil came, then he made a show. Starry Nights, EXE, tell me that you know all about this, all about Dr. Phil's conflicts. He just exploits people like they all do in the world. And he lost his hair, so he's mad, 'cause he doesn't have curls. Dr. Phil, is he even a doctor? Another doctor from that world is Dr. Oz. He's a lost cause. I met him once. sometimes. Good night.